Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another Flash review, and this is for Season 2, Episode 12, entitled Fastlane. So there'll be spoilers in this, but let's get straight into it. So the episode actually starts off with us actually seeing the origin of the villain for this week's episode, which is Tar Pit. Now following this, we actually get to see Joe and Iris getting along with Wally, which I guess is good to see, but we learn that Wally is obsessed with speeds, which is a bit of a subtle hint at some future endeavours that he might get himself into. Then Iris decides to drive him away after she brings up the drag racing again, which is a decently big part of this episode. Now back at Star Labs, Harry's actually working on a way to take some speed away from Barry while he's running by setting up this device in his suit. So Iris rocks up to one of Wally's race meetings in quite the skimpy outfit, I guess you could say, and she's essentially undercover trying to get info on who runs the events and a way to actually shut down these events. Now we get to see Tar Pit in action at this car detailing place where Tar Pit actually gets revenge on one of the men who dropped him in the vat of boiling tar back at the beginning of the episode. Now Iris continues to convince Joe to stop Wally from racing by showing him different images of people that have died from drag racing and just going way too fast on the roads. Harry meanwhile decides to blow up at Barry as he is trying to help him with this formula for closing the breaches. Now following this, Cisco gets an alert on his new handy metahuman tracking app that Tar Pit is actually causing chaos again. Now while Barry's actually running to where Tar Pit is, Harry's little speed absorber starts draining speed from Barry. So Barry manages to drive Tar Pit away, and Harry manages to get a full capsule, I guess you could call it a capsule of speed from Barry. Now Cisco mentions to Barry that he was running much slower than usual, which Barry just, shakes it off, okay, I wasn't trying to go too fast, it doesn't mean anything. Now Iris actually goes to the person in charge of holding the drag races and threatens him to stop them, or she will publish this expose on him, just basically exposing everything that he's done. So Harry meets with Zoom, so this is the bit where we get to see Zoom in this episode, and he gives him the speed capsule, he can inject the speed with him, into him, might I say, that he got from Barry, but Zoom still wants more, which I think is a bit greedy. Zoom is a bit of a greedy guts, I'm not going to lie. So Harry and Barry, I know it rhymes, managed to finish the breach closing device thing and actually close one of the 52 breaches. So there's only 51 more to go, it's not that hard, but Barry throughout this still experiences some side effects of his speed being taken, which Harry notices as well. So Joe and Iris go to a race meeting where Wally is at, as well as that race organizer that Iris had threatened. Now Tar Pit shows up and makes Wally's car flip by making it go up this ramp. It was dark, I couldn't see too much, but Barry arrives in time to save the race organizer first, who was about to get crushed by Wally's falling car, and due to this, he actually wasn't fast enough to stop a shard of glass flying through the air and actually stabbing Iris. So Iris survives, obviously, but Wally actually comes to visit her at the hospital where Joe gives him this speech about family, and Wally seems to be happy about this as now he sees Joe as a father rather than a friend. Now back at Star Labs, Cisco and Harry have come up with a way to stop Tar Pit, which is with these grenade things, and this is where Harry admits to stealing Barry's speed after the topic of Iris comes up and Caitlin shows stats that prove that Barry's speed force was now at 98%. So Joe shows up in time to hear this confession and he punches Harry, I think he's been holding that back for a while, and chucks him in one of the containment cells. Now Joe uses one of Tar Pit's targets as bait to draw him out, and this time Tar Pit comes out in his comic book form like how he looks here, which is pretty damn awesome, and I was pretty excited to see that. So Flash takes him out pretty quick, might I say, with the grenades that Cisco and Harry had made. It was a bit disappointing. I was expecting more of a fight, really. I know they didn't want to use too much CG. They probably put a lot of money in just into that one little scene there with Tar Pit, but it was a bit of a disappointing end to that part of the episode. And yeah, that was one of the low points of the episode in my opinion. So Harry actually gives his reasoning to Barry and Joe as well, why he took his speed. So Barry actually makes it clear to Caitlin, Joe and Cisco that they need to help Wells and to get his daughter back, as well as finish Zoom off as well. So this means that Team Flash are going to Earth too. So it was a decent episode. It was mainly setting up some stuff for the next two episodes. The Tar Pit arc of the episode was okay. I wouldn't rave on about it. It was cool to see Tar Pit, but in regards to the end, I thought they could have done the character a bit more justice. As I said, getting to see him as like that full-on tar monster was pretty cool though. But the next episode is actually part 1 of the 2-episode Earth 2 adventure. I'm pretty sure it's only 2 episodes. Well, at least they've only released the synopsis up to episode 14. And I'm pretty sure this is the last episode where it's mainly in Earth 2. So we will get to meet Killer Frost, Deathstorm, along with more Earth 2 doppelgangers. Should be awesome, so let's look forward to that. But if you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure to leave a like, leave any comments. What did you enjoy most from this episode? Were you a bit disappointed with Tar Pit? And what are you looking forward to most in the next couple of episodes when the team goes to Earth 2? And make sure to subscribe if you are new. I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.